Hello, hello, and happy Thursday. It's Kate in the Nest, and literally, I don't know whether I should be doing this or not, but I've literally just walked in from being in Sydney with my mum, and we had a lovely day. I always have a lovely day, but I want to say especially because not only did we get to have our coffee and cake together, um, we went to the sewing basket, and I wanted to share with you what I got from the sewing basket. But before I start absolutely jabbering on with lots of excitement, I want to say hi to you, and I hope you are well. And I'm actually really sending my deepest love and all my heart to Kiki, whose little dog, Gypsy Pearl, grew her angel wings today, and Kiki has made about 40 different outfits for Gypsy Pearl, and I know there'll forever be a hole in her heart to lose her little sweet one. But Kiki, love you lots, and yeah, yeah, we're all sending our love. Okay, nothing like a trip to the sewing basket, and I've got something here with the name of it on it, so in case you um, are in Sydney or in New South Wales. So this is, oh, and welcome to all my new subbies. So Thursday seems on YouTube to be a thrifty shopping day. So the sewing basket is an op shop or a thrift shop that specializes in everything that's been donated. Um, that's to do with craft, really. So I can't even limit it to one thing, but it's fabric, textiles. I even got crochet hooks today and things like that. And you may remember I went there last week as well. I will not be there next week, but it's amazing just in the space of 1 week how different the offerings were. So I'm going to share this piece. Now, I've said this before, like, it breaks my heart that all of that work has got to this point and is being left not unloved, but I'm just wondering what else it needed to be completed. But I think they are beautiful pansies. So many opportunities there for them to be loved and yeah, used by me in my work or shared with others. So that's the first one. Sometimes I wonder whether they're the same person. Look at this one. And I should say that the sewing basket intentionally employs people with disabilities. So it's a beautiful way of supporting those less fortunate than ourselves, and knowing that because everything's been donated, if we buy from there, we're directly helping the lives of others. So this obviously was meant to be a cute little pouch or purse. Isn't that so sweet? And look at that green. And again, so I do wonder whether these came from the same person. Difference is this is wool and this one is cotton. Beautifully finished off. And as I better say, welcome to, if you're a new subby. Have I said that before? I hope you feel welcome here. I've said before that there's always something lovely about looking at the back of a piece of work. So 2 of those, and then this one. Obviously a person who loves bags and pouches as much as me, but this one, look at the fine needle point in the center there. And just a very different combination of colors, I would say. So that side is done, except for they've obviously, I don't know, did they start there? And it's always about honoring the work of the other person. And look at this side. And the handle has been done as well. Or maybe I'm getting it wrong. Everyone helps me when I buy these things and I don't know the history and the background, but I would think that that would be the handle. I don't know. But just beautiful work. And what I was thinking of was that I can always change the colours of these flowers. But just lovely, lovely. And this one does have a label. It's a beautiful, oh, look at the neatness of that work. I think I've been inspired by Karen of Railway Cottage. Like, she's always scoring amazing tapestries. Needlepoint here, made in British Hong Kong. 100% virgin wool. So just, that's a treasure. And this one's a bit unusual for me, but I did love, number one, that it had threads in it of colours that I don't usually buy. So that's another reason for always checking out unfinished works with the colours on them. And the piece itself is this. And it's been started, but not finished. But I think that's such a pretty piece. And someone's taken all the trouble to put ribbon around it and prepare it, but something has got in the way. And again, I'm tempted to think the same maker, because that is very, very fine needlepoint there, and then some bolder stitches, and there's some tiny little work there. So yeah, she was lonely and needed to come home, and who knows what will happen with that. But as I said, I would, I'm seeing that these could all be individually done, and I have this beautiful collection of cotton threads, all cut to length. Isn't it interesting? They've got different symbols on there. Hank too. Okay, so that is the story of that. So while we're on threads, every now and then when you go to the sewing basket, your eyes find something like this. Now the price is still on this, but I'm going to open it with you, because here is something that would be a great gift, and shows, I don't know why this is all packed like this. Let's get a pair of scissors. So it was $20, 20 Australian dollars. But what I love, well, I don't know why I say but, I totally love it. And one of the biggest reasons is the absolute care that has been taken. It's the most unusual wrapping of a box I've ever seen. I hope it feels like a present day, because I'm making the crunkles for you. Oh. Okay, so not only does it contain these gorgeous threads, and some of them are variegated, which I love, beautifully sorted. There's also a thimble, the little winders, and I didn't see this, but some beautiful pink felt with 2 needles of the size eyes that I love using. So how about that for a little totally wonderful bargain of thriftedness? And I will be taking that to my workshop and people can select the colors. And again, what you know me, what I'm loving is this range of blues and greens and browns that I haven't used very much before. So this is probably my wheelhouse and some of this. So just looking outside the box, and what a great way to build a collection. And it reminds me of my gorgeous friends at the Sewing Basket, who are not the Sewing Basket, who go to the Green Door Open Studios, who are so organized. Hello, Virginia. Hello, Jane. And I just admire how they can organize everything. So there we are. I'm cheating and using someone else's and giving to a good cause. So there we are. What else have I got? I've got three other things from the Sewing Basket, but I thought I might also break it up like a TV ad and show you that I watched a YouTuber or someone on Instagram from New Zealand, and I'm really sorry because I don't want to say who I think it is and get it wrong, but they had found this book at a thrift store, and as they thumbed through it, it just spoke to my heart. And I think part of the reason was it's got this beautiful bird design, but this is the ongoing story. So Kate in the Nest is loving the idea of learning about embroidery and needlepoint, and there will be glare. I just better check that you can see this page. Look at that. It's a bird, obviously, and we are doing for our kin prompt this month, it's birds, and I just think the shape of that bird is absolutely beautiful. So there's the authors. I sourced it through a online secondhand shop because I thought the chances of me finding it would be, but it's got beautiful things like these samplers and then the pattern. And I won't be doing that sampler, but there is something that when my fellow YouTuber was flicking through, my heart just sang. So this is it. I'll bring it up a bit closer. And I think I'm still missing the still life that we all did in volume 7, because look at that, for a vase, a flat bowl on a table of beautiful florals. And I just love that design. In fact, I think it's sort of a perfect design, and it's a really, really old and threadbare. But the opportunity is here for me to take the pattern, and what I'm going to say is catify it. So I won't be doing cross stitch, but I would love to use this as the inspiration, and of course it won't be the same because that would be impossible, but to take inspiration from this beautiful still life. I don't know whether you can see how threadbare the original is, and beautiful flowers that I don't know the names of, but that's why I bought the book. Literally. And if we kept going, it's got a lot of home things on it, but look, the Bronte Sisters sampler and purse. Now have a look at this. Oh, there's still my beating heart. Look at that. And it says, this beautiful little purse was made by Charlotte Bronte, probably at the time of her stay in Brussels, at the school which later featured in the novel Villette. It is finely worked in a combination of flame, tent, and cross stitch. Now, I don't know what flame or tent stitch is, but that's enough to really inspire. So this tulip seat covers, like the tulips are just coming out in our, where we live right now. And there's one other thing that I forgot to mark it. Like even the detail, look at that. That's a fish. And the shape. So what I'm thinking is that I will use the shape for stitching or applique, not at that fine level, or beading. And that comes from the bed drapes over a bed. Okay, one last chance. But it's full of treasures. Look at that for us. An orange tree cushion. So previously I would have walked past this book or never found it. Being really drawn to, look at that, that's the one. Look at the leaves and the colours. And these look like strawberries. Could they be strawberries? Yeah, they could be. What's this? The Sheldon tapestry exemplifies the vivid tactile pleasure of the woven work. Sheldon, woven in Gloucestershire in the late 1600s, are considered the finest English products of their age. So there we are. That's my book study for, I think I've shown it to you 3 times, so I really must love that bird. So over 40 classic designs for your home, and it just, I'm hoping I can inspire you if you haven't thought of just using the shape for appliques. You could. All right, so back to a few other final pieces. They had a little stand there that said for bag making. Okay, you know, for, oh my gosh, what does that mean? And I didn't open it there, but look what was there. A piece of this beautiful, could I stitch that? I presume I could. Would you believe I can't find a needle to poke it with? But again, these beautiful shapes, that would look lovely on one of my pieces as a collage, or of course the usual automatic. Must be a fabric sample, do you think? Because it's got holes in it. But as easy as that, we could make a pouch, add some trim I don't like. In fact, I'd probably take all of that off. A gift and lovely opportunity to learn how to refine. Look at these little dots there. Anyway, so that was my surprise for $1. Didn't expect I'd get something like that. The $2 basket had this piece, which again I didn't open up, but I'm getting very excited as I see this. Oh my gosh, is that not beautiful? Now what's it been? This looks like there was a seam there. It's a long piece of something or other. Curtain. It's pretty skinny, but I love the juxtaposition of that wrinkly front and the pattern, which is gold on the back, and then that bold stripe. I can see that going on my how I haven't named my things. That's why it's a bit hard. But I've shown you a piece. Oh, and that repeats down, and it's got some give in it. So there we go. Keep your eyes wide open, and there's possibilities for everything. So, I mean, yesterday I was showing you these pretty pieces, and I actually see them all complementing each other. Okay, something has just slid down here that I didn't realize. So this is the name, the sewing basket, and this is, what are they calling it? Border. Yeah, border lace. And I've got a lot of this, but that's why I love it when it's real cotton and slightly discoloured in different spaces and ripe for some gouache painting, I think. Beautiful little flowers and a lot of it. And that was very reasonable. I can't remember what it was, but that will certainly be being shared. Look at that. I've got a colour, a set of neutrals there that could easily all start to play. Oh, look at the green with that. Thank you so much for being here with me, because it makes, I left my mum with her bag and she said, I'm not going to have my rest yet. I want to just go through my treasures. So I'm very much like my mum. What's that? I've trimmed that off something. Who knows? But that goes there. A little bit of blanket. I'm going to leave this on my nest tonight. Okay, I've got one other. Well, I always pick up, what's that? Gutermann thread. What is it? $2. And always this natural coloured DMC, that's a 12. And the final bit. And I saw this bit of tape there last night and it was worrying me because I did my journals. Okay, final thing. Out of the corner of my eye, hanging on a bolt. I hope the colour comes out the way it's meant to be, because this, my friend, is, my mum went, oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. And look at the fraying. Now, that would send some of you a little crazy, and probably me crazy, but it just gives the picture of what goes in to make. So there's 3 meters of this. Now, we call it brocade. I love it for many reasons, but look at the back. And Missy, there'll be a piece of this for you, because there is fluoro pink with this gold design. I said to Mum, I don't know. She said, well, do you know what you'll use that for? And I said, I don't know, but I'll definitely use it. And plenty to share as well. But like, look at that little motif there. And then the green, and that's the wrong side. Oh, I love it even more now that I've opened it, because I didn't look at the back. So it's getting more shaded. And then the right side is this. I just totally adore it. So I came home with it. And if I was just buying for myself, I would think, when are you going to stop, Kate? But I still would have bought that. But I do know that I can share this with people, and it will feature, like you've seen me using things from years ago, in my pieces. So that is, Judy showed me like that someone had made her a heart by gathering all of that thread up and sewing over the top. I think I want to put some of this on my purse. In fact, I want to make a purse. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I've got prep to do. So I think I'm going to leave you there. That's a short one, unexpected. And as I said, I took my mum there at her request. She got lots of fat quarters because she's starting to make her Christmas bits and pieces. And she was particularly after Christmas little fabrics, and she found some, so I was delighted. And so I could let her free, and she was safe because she's not as just need to keep her eye on her at 93. And to come home with such a collection of joy after spending that time with my mum is just absolutely special, and a memory that I will always remember. So I hope you are lucky if you are out searching for things. And until next time, when I'll probably be stitching again, that's it for the moment. Would you like to see something else? I always like to have a little bit of a, no, I don't like the colour with that. I do love this piece though. Oh, and I love that too. Okay, so let's just put them all on there. And say, oh, until next time, I'll be in my nest. And take care. Bye for now.